So my name's Greg Reef. I'm a third generation river runner, Grand Canyon river runner. My mom and dad were pioneer river runners, I guess back in the 40s and the 50s. My grandpa started pioneer river running in Grand Canyon, first to take women, first to take children, first commercial river operator. He started in 1936 on the San Juan River and then moved on to the Grand Canyon. He built 5 Cataract boats like the Sandra. This was the last boat he built. They were killed in a plane crash in 1949. This boat was built when my mom was 7 years old, 1948. What we got going in here, this is called a chine strip, the bottom of a boat. And going through 209 Rapid, I was rowing backwards and rowing away from a very big hole, and I dropped into a smaller hole, and I caught the edge of the boat on a rock. Okay? And so it broke up the chine, put a kind of a dent or a hole in it. We pulled this chine strip out, and you can see the rest of the chine here, and it had just a very small crack in the boat. We made this crack bigger so that we could get in and pull out any rotted out wood, because it happened at the start of the season. We ran the boat to the end of the season, so it kind of had some dry rot. So what we're doing is we're using some West Systems hardener to inject in here, to fill it up, and then we'll use a putty substance to fill it up even more. And then after we're done there, we'll put another chine strip on here. And that's it. So what we're doing here is we're making this, we're mixing this hardener resin stuff, and it's a 2-part series. And what it does is allows us to use the wood from the 1930s, which is what this boat design's from. This boat in particular is from the 40s, and it allows us to use the original wood, encapsulate the original wood in this hardener resin, which allows the boat to stay authentic, to use the original wood, because if you just use the original wood as is, it would splinter apart or break apart. So you're looking at Sandra. Sandra is a Cataract boat. There were 5 of them built. This was last one built by my grandfather Norman Nevels in 1948. They were killed in a plane crash in 1949. It's special to me because it's named after my mom, and there's no other boat like it on the river. It's the only like of its only kind, and it's the others are in museums. One was in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. for a time being. There's one at the museum at Grand Canyon, the Win, which was Norm Nevels, my grandfather's flagship. One's at a museum in Page. One's in a museum in Green River, Utah. So it's the last working boat of its kind in Grand Canyon. It is a sweet ride. The passenger rides real close to the water. There's 2 passengers. It's very sporty, very fun to row. Takes on the wave and catches the waves and rides up over and through the waves. And it's super, super fun to row and super fun to ride on as a passenger. Got a lot of great history on the trips that we do. I read from my grandfather's journals, and I read from all of his journals and from the 1930s and 40s, and I read a lot of poetry and so on and so forth from that era. So, love for you to come on down, Grand Canyon Canyoneers.